Question, Ken, if you use that technique, yeah, that's an F8 with a string, but if you do another exposure and it turns out to be F4 basically, could you have different models?
Yes, well what I used to do was, I used to say, there is two main exposures you would need. One you would need for portrait like that. Now let's say I wanted to do full length. Could you just stand up, Celia? Just stand up. Now a lot of people will do that. I'll try and illustrate. Could you just sit down, Celia? I'm going to have you up and down. You want this light to be approximately, and this is just approximate because every shot is slightly different. You want to be approximately, the flash head approximately 45 degrees down to the model. If you imagine that flash head as an arrow, 45 degrees, so the light is above eye level, down. And I've seen it at the club more times. Every time we have a practical night, I'll see this happen. So they'll say, can you just stand up? I want a full length. Oh, that's brilliant. No, if the model goes up, the light goes up. If the model goes down, the light goes down. That light is now hitting about the waist. And if you look at the shadow on our nose, this nose shadow is coming horizontally. And it's not making our nose look very attractive. If you stand the model up, then the light goes up by about the same distance. So you'd really want to be again about 45 degrees. So I've now got a little bit of, I could take it up even more, but I would put the light up. And then I see people will say to the model, lie on the floor. And they'll go and take pictures on the floor. The bloody light's 10 foot up in the air. If the model gets up, the light goes up. If the model goes down, the light goes down. The light follows the model. It's none of this business of leave the light in the same place. And people who've been in this club a long time will know I'm right. I'll put a rough, average lighting setup at 7:45. And when I come to take it down at 10 o'clock, there's not a damn light moved. Yet they've had that model doing cartwheels, handstands, all sorts. Light's exactly the same. Exactly the same. I'll say, I'll put a coloured gel on the background for you, lads. Aye, okay, there's a coloured gel. There's a box full of the damn things there. That gel would be still on 10 o'clock at night. And they just think every picture's the same. You've got to think of each. If you're going to turn the model, your second brain thinks, what do I want to do with the light? What do I want to do with the background? You don't have to leave it the same all the time. And if it's a club night, you can move the lights anywhere you like. That's the best way to learn. Because you don't... I could set the lighting up and give every one of you a good portrait. But what have you learned? Could you do it yourself next month? I would far rather you moved the lights and made a mistake and learned from that mistake so you don't do it again. That's the better way to do it. So if ever there's a session, by all means move your lights. I'd like you to thank Celia. She stood in at the last minute for me, and I'm very grateful. Thank you, Celia. If anybody's got any questions, by all means ask me. I try to keep it fairly basic and fairly simple for people who don't know portraiture, but there's just so many ways and means that you can manipulate. But the main thing I think you should remember, if anything I've said tonight, is your mouth. If you don't talk to the model, I'm sorry, you're going to get zilch. You might get a shot. It'll be a lucky shot, though. It'll be a lucky shot. You'll not get a proper shot. You'll get a lucky shot, honestly. You'll not get a good portrait. If you want a good portrait, a portrait's down to expression. And if you don't have the right expression matching whatever you're doing, then it'll look rubbish. It's no good having a girl in a low-cut top and all the rest of it and looking like a granny. You've got to match whatever she's got on in the mood and what you're trying to convey. If you're trying to create a particular idea, it's up to you to set the mood and to tell the model and talk with the model, and eventually the expression will come out. The other little tip, something I forgot about, so many people I've heard when a model's on set say smile. Smile. Have you ever tried to do that? The thing about what you need to do is say something that'll make them smile. Don't ask them to smile, because you'll get the falsest smile the world has ever known. Geeky smile. Don't ask them to smile. Say something that'll make them smile. But, and this is the important but, be prepared to take at least 2 pictures. Take one the instant she smiles, and one about 5-10 seconds later. I used to say wind on and wait, but of course you don't wind on nowadays, but we used to be wind on and wait. Because the first smile, the eyes will screw up, the mouth, and then about 5 seconds after, the smile's still there, but the facial muscles relax. That's the winning smile. Not the one where she's grinning like a Cheshire cat, the one just as she's relaxing. So always take at least 2 pictures when a girl smiles. The first one, when you get her to smile instantly, and she thinks, oh, I've got it. Oh, then the face relaxes. That's the picture. That's the picture. The second one, try it. I'll guarantee you, it'll be the second picture that'll be the better one than the first one. The first one will be all teeth and screwed up jaws and screwed up eyes. The next one will be a much more relaxed smile. So always be prepared to take 2. Always be prepared to take 2. Right, thank you all very much. Thanks for listening.